I'm going to show you how to use OSM Mapper to make swipe maps and story map. First, you have to sign up with ItoWorld.com to be able to get access to their OSM Mapper. You just fill out this online form, get in touch, send a little note that you want access to OSM Mapper through that data portal. Then you go to this page here and go to the home page of the subscriptions, and you'll find OSM Mapper tool. The first thing you want to do is create a location. So you'll navigate to your place of interest, wherever you maybe have mapped recently, or wherever you want to show where your team map has been, or at least somewhere you know that you have actually mapped, and you can find your own username in OpenStreetMap. Once you find your location, you'll have to name it and save it. Probably best to just create it with the name of the location that you've mapped and maybe a project name. After that, you will be able to search in that window by OSM usernames. You'll see a list, and then just pick the username, your own username or the username of your teammate, to be able to see it. Then you'll see only those edits rendered that person did. You want to export that as a KML file, and it'll just save it with a special name, probably the name of the location and the name of the user. Maybe you want a description in there to remind yourself what the file contains. It'll just quickly send an export to your desktop when you say save. There it is. You can return to the map and do this again if you need to. Then you need to host that KML file. I actually have a hack here where I just use my Google Sites, and I locate the file and upload it as a file as an attachment to a particular page. It doesn't matter which page, as long as you get a URL for that file. Then before you go into your ArcGIS Online, you want to grab that file name. You can just copy that link from where you've hosted it. Then you want to sign in to your ArcGIS Online account and navigate to the map function where you could create a new map. Here's where you'll add that file as a layer from the web. Drop down and select a KML file. Paste the name of your file name. Make sure that you delete any of that junk at the end after the .kml, and just add it as a layer. It'll pull it into your map area. This is not quite good enough to use the swipe feature, so what you'll have to do is use the analysis tool, and on that layer, you'll choose find existing locations from that layer, and you'll find all of them that are completely within the country area that you're working on. You can just find this living atlas layer that has the country boundaries to add that location to. That's all it takes. You want to make sure that you can see the name of it as locations in that file. Run that analysis, and basically what it does is create kind of a copy of those locations as a top layer file. This was what makes the swipe feature work in the Story Map tool. Otherwise, you won't be able to use that swipe feature. You can still render it in a story map, but you won't be able to use it as a swipe feature. So once that is into your map, you'll want to save that, and then it's inside of your content. Then you can navigate over to the story maps. The swipe map, you'll have to scroll down to find it. It's towards the bottom there where you want to compare two maps, and it's the story map swipe that you want to build. This will give you just a quick interface. The first thing it asks you for is that data layer. So you'll go to your content, find that map that you just saved, and build it inside of there. Afterwards, you'll have a couple of choices. You can do the same thing with a spyglass. Either one works just fine, but you'll want to choose that layer, and you want to find those locations. And that will enable anything that you have done in your found layer, in that analytical layer. You can choose whatever other configuration that you would like in the next screens, but the main thing is that you will have a left map and a right map, and the left map will just show all of the edits, and the right map will show only the edits in Swipe by that team member. So it just pulls it in here, and you can already see. You can zoom in there. You see edits of the rest of the team, and then the edits of that one team member go from swiping right to left. So that's it. That's all it takes. Good luck.